What up?
What up? So, today is Saturday, February 1st.
Sábado.
February 1st, 2025. All right, glad to be here. Good to see y'all. Appreciate you connecting with us here today. So, check it out. I was thinking, you shouldn't complain when you have too much on your plate. You know what? I was thinking that we shouldn't do that. We shouldn't be complaining when we have too much on our plate. Because as stressful as that could be, and overwhelming as it may come, but it's really, when you really break it down, when you look at it for what it is, it's really abundance. It's what you're asking for anyway. It's abundance. I mean, ain't that why you feel overwhelmed? Ain't that why you feel like it's too much on your plate?
It's a lot of something, right?
It's a lot of something.
Right.
It's more than you can handle, right? That's what you asked for. It's abundance. So we shouldn't complain about it. We should ask for how to handle it.
Right.
You should figure out a way to handle it. Don't complain about it, because you're still getting what you asked for.
Ultimately, abundance is what we're all looking for anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
Abundance.
Right.
When you say you want money, that's abundance. It just comes in different forms. Money may be one of them. But you ask for abundance, and you're getting it. But because you don't recognize or understand how to handle it, how to balance it all out, you're looking at it like it's a problem. Another example of that, bills. We complain, or I've seen people complain and run away and hide and all type of shit when it comes to the bills.
Right.
But I'm like, that's kind of crazy when you think about it, because those bills are coming from a place of abundance. Right. You got light over your head. Right. You got a roof over it. You got electricity. Right. Food.
Yeah, like I was having a conversation with him before. Here's like a thing, like me. I see all the time where I'll be at someone's house and they'll get a bill in the mail, and they'll be like, I don't even want to look at it. Oh, another damn bill, And I'm thinking to myself, dude, you should be grateful for that. For one, you should be grateful because you have the money to pay for it. Whether you want to or not, that's another conversation. But the fact that you have the money to pay that bill, that's abundance in itself. Yeah. You should be grateful for that.
Yeah.
And for two, the way I look at paying bills is like this, in a very positive way. Because it's like saying yes to more abundance. What I do is, when I get a bill, I'm so grateful to pay for it. Because all I do is say like this. I look at like the money that I have, the money I'm paying for it is like saying, thank you for this, right? Yeah. That light bill, that electricity they provided you to film this video, or that electricity they provided you to have the lights on while you were cooking, or that electricity provided you to keep the food in your fridge, you should be paying that to say thank you. Use that money by saying thank you. Because money really is just a way to say thank you for something, right? So you should just be thanking them for that. Thank you for that electricity. Thank you for that water. Thank you for that heat that you provided me. You know what I'm saying? That's a positive way to look at paying bills.
That's an exchange in energy.
Right. Being grateful for that abundance they provided you.
Yeah.
Right? So try to flip the way you're looking at when it comes to specifically bills, right? Because he brought up that point. So but the bigger point of that is being grateful for all forms of abundance. Yeah. That's what I'm really talking about.
Yeah. Because that's all abundance is. It's an energy, man. It's an energy like a lot of other things we like in life and we dislike. But really, at the end of the day, it's all energy.
Right.
Whether you want to look at it as good or bad, in its truest essence, whatever it is, it's just neutral.
Right.
Speaking of that, abundance is just neutral. Now, it does have a spectrum. It can lean. It has the ability, the probability to lean to one side or the other, which meaning one spectrum or the other,
Right.
And the other spectrum, the opposite spectrum of abundance, in my opinion, would be probably lack.
Sure.
Or what we call poverty.
Yeah.
So the opposite of abundance would probably be lack or abundance. Or poverty.
Right. Two opposites of the same same spectrum.
Same spectrum.
Two opposite
Same energy.
Right.
So just look at it like that. That's how you know it's still the same thing. But when you're up, you're up. And when it's up, it's abundance. That's just the opposite spectrum of it. You know what I mean?
And to be honest with you, I don't view being down as lack.
Nope.
It's just a little less of. I wouldn't necessarily say it's lack.
Yeah.
You never really lack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not really.
Yeah.
Nope.
So
and that's all about perspective.
Right.
So like, basically, that's why complaining about the abundance that you already receiving, even though you perceive it as an issue because you can't handle it as a negative, it's still a positive. It's still a beautiful thing. You just have to understand how to deal with it and how to look at it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So that answers. So that begs the question: how do you handle it?
You handle it by gaining some type of balance. So you have to figure out how to balance that abundance. Mm-hmm. If you got more than you can handle and you're overwhelmed, now you got to go inside. You got to figure out a way to how to break it down bite size. You got to break it down step by step so you can process it, whatever it is in your life. If it's an abundance of bills, if it's an abundance of money, it's abundance of food. You know what I mean? Like right off top, you know, if you eat too much food, you're going to start feeling sick, you're going to start gaining weight, you're going to be out of balance again. So bring things into balance. If you want to start, here's an example, you want to fucking stop overeating, because that's why you're gaining weight in some aspects. Not everybody, but if you're gaining weight, it's probably a lot of times could be just overeating. You know what I mean? It may not even be as bad as what you're eating. It may be just overeating.
Right.
So if you just eat half, train yourself to eat half of everything you eat every day, or whatever how often you eat. You do half of that. You'll start developing, you know what I mean? Your stomach, for one, will probably shrink. I don't know. Right. But it'll definitely adapt to, your new way of living. And you won't probably be as hungry anymore. Right. You know what I mean? Remember, it's all mental.
That's definitely one good way to balance out the abundance, for sure.
You know, that's an abundance of food. But now you got to how to balance that shit out. You know?
Which is still a positive, to be having abundance of food.
Fucking right.
To be honest with you, there's some people who don't have that. You know what I mean?
No, I've been on both spectrums. So
you're still abundant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's an amazing thing to realize, because a lot of us I think that we think we lack abundance, and truth is you have a lot of abundance. You're just not knowing how to deal with that abundance. Mm-hmm. And speaking of that, not knowing how to deal with abundance, I have a quick little story about how I realized that. How abundance, I had a situation where I realized how abundance can really, depending on how you deal with it, can either be negative or positive, right? There was a time in my life where I was eventually kind of at a really good place financially. And the job that I had at the time, yes, it was a job, but at least it was a very stable job and a job that I enjoyed doing. And it was and a lot of things were in my favor, we'll say it like that. And so much that it was so I had so much abundance at that time. I had the extra income that I could just kind of disposable income, we'll say it like that. I did my little investments and things like that, but the disposable income, eventually I was kind of just letting it it brought out the worst in me, we'll say it like that. It brought out the worst in me. Instead of the good side of me, it brought out the worst in me. And when I say that, I meant I overate, I overdrank, I oversmoked, I did not exercise. I became lazy, you know what I'm saying? In some ways, it made me very weak. I saw it. The motivation was no longer there. And all that was because I got so used to having the abundance of everything. I'm talking about more of a material thing, right? I had more material stuff in my life, but those same material thing, that abundance of it, took away my drive, took away my motivation to go get more, you know? There was no strive anymore because I was comfortable. So that abundance in that way, because I didn't know how to handle it, made me weak. It brought out the worst in me, you know? So I finally had realized, look, abundance is great. It'll always be there, but you need to learn how to direct that in more a positive way, which meant balance, basically, like we talked about earlier.
Yeah, because the same things that can make you smile can make you cry. That's
right.
That's what that saying means. In essence, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Too much of anything is a bad thing.
Too much of anything.
A good
right.
thing, especially.
Right.
Because the more you like it, the more you're probably going to do it if you ain't got some type of discipline or balance about yourself, you know?
100%.
You know? But the good news and all that is like, look, you're always abundant in so many different ways if you look at it like you're supposed to.
Right.
We got to look at the truth of it. Not the surface value, not the surface of it. The truth of it lies behind it. Don't look at just, that's why you look foolish looking at things from face value.
Right.
Because you should know already in the world we live in, we got AI and all type of shit. You can't take everything for face value.
Every day and just look at anything. In this time, the world we live in, do not look at anything for face value.
Stupid.
I promise you, it's never gonna be exactly what you're looking at. It's never gonna be.
But not only that reason, it's because we do live in a fucking spiritual fucking world.
Right.
It's a spiritual world. We love whether you understand it or not, or see it or not.
Yeah.
It is.
Because even spirit is, even material, physicality,
Starts from spirit.
essentially is always going to be spirit. You know what I'm saying? That's the building block. That's the essential thing of
Thoughts,
everything.
All that, man. It's all
spiritual.
It's all spiritual, man.
Right.
So, you know, what are we talking about?
Abundance.
Abundance. Yeah.
Knowing how to deal with it.
No, but fuck. But yeah, it's all blessing, and abundance is all who you really are anyway. You know what I'm saying? You can't get away from that.
Yeah.
Only when you decide that you ain't abundant is when you start looking like you ain't abundant or feeling like you ain't abundant. So why even entertain that type of bullshit thought? You know what I mean? Why even get on that level, even thinking, oh shit, I don't have, when you know your true essence is of abundance. You know what I'm saying?
Another good reminder, if you ever think that you're not surrounded around abundance, just stop and take a look around, right?
Yeah.
Like right now, we're at this park, and I can see all these fucking trees.
Yeah.
Look at all this grass on this ground.
Right.
Look, breathing in all this air, right?
Hey,
You can see. There you go. What's his name?
Shout out
Ralph Smart.
Yeah,
Gudas Prana, baby.
Spicy.
Look at all the clouds, right? Look at all the birds flying around, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can go on and on and on. Look at all the people out here. This is LA. Look at all the beautiful women out here.
You know what I'm talking about?
You know, there's just so much abundance. There's so much abundance of everything. You know what I mean? It can go on and on and on.
Yeah.
Let that be a reminder wherever you're at. I don't care if you're in Michigan, in the middle of the country. If it's wintertime, you're probably surrounded around a gang of snow, right? Well, look at all that snow. That's an abundance, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's an abundance of something. So you're always around abundance because there's really no way of getting away from it. We live in an abundant universe, right?
All right.
So let that be a reminder to you whenever you get in that lack mode. Because I know it happens to all of us. You know what I'm saying? We all go through that. But I think if you pay more attention to that, focus on that actually, then that will help straighten things out as far as your feelings of lack. Because your feelings of lack are exactly what's bringing lack into your life. Your feeling of abundance is exactly what's going to bring abundance, more of abundance into your life. Yeah. Although it's already there. So it's let me take that back. It's not bringing more abundance. It's just allowing you to experience more of that abundance. It's already there.
So that's why it goes back to what we were saying. Don't complain.
Right. Exactly.
Don't complain about it. Be thankful for it.
Right.
Even. Be grateful for it. When you get them bills, even if it's a big ass bill and you're going to think, you're not sure how you're going to pay it, just be grateful for it.
Right.
Not fuck around and find the answer of how to pay it.
Right.
I'm telling you.
No doubt about that.
Spiritual shit works in many, many, many different ways. Don't ever think it has to happen one way.
Right. And when we say spiritual, we're not telling you need to believe in religion, because I personally don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But some people get that confused too. But you can't get away from spirit. Let me just say that now.
When we say spirit, you get to the essence of things, man. The essence of it.
Yeah.
Even when you have a thought, think about what the essence of that thought is. What is that? Why do you want to do it? When you have a feeling, where's the feeling coming from?
Call it
shit like that.
Call it intuition if you want to call it that, you know?
The essence of things.
But you can't get away from that. So
yeah.
So you will hear us talk more about that in all videos, because at the end of the day, there's no way around that. Just like we're saying, there's no way around abundance, because abundance itself is spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to always talk about something spiritual in nature in these conversations, because you can't get away from it. So there's no way of pretending that we're not talking about spirituality in some aspect.
If you're a person who manifests money real easy and always has, and you're like, it's not a big deal, you know why? It's because you're in tune. Money is spiritual. Just like, it's why it's connected to abundance. You know what I mean? If you got a bunch of money, it just means you're abundant. You got a gang of weight on you, an abundant motherfucker, really.
Well, I just think money itself is abundance. You know what I'm saying? You can have a little of it or a lot of it, and that all depends on the person talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
But money itself is abundance. So if you got $1 in your pocket and all you got is $1, that's abundance.
If you got ADHD, you got an abundance of energy,
right?
You just got to know how to channel that shit.
Right, that's a good indication right there that you're an abundant person.
I ain't gonna spend too much more on that. I was gonna say some other shit, but I was like, we're gonna keep it real simple. I just think you should keep your energy balanced. And you find a way to challenge it if you have abundance of energy.
Right.
Especially if you're on ADHD with ADHD medicine, however you say that. I don't fuck with it, so I don't know how to say it. So
it's a good point. Yeah, so if you're a person with ADHD and you think that, oh, it's a bad thing, we'll just leave it at that. You have an abundance of energy. Be grateful.
Find a way to challenge it.
Find a way to channel it and balance it.
Yeah.
But be grateful for it. Right? There's people walking around right now crying about not having enough energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So be grateful for that.
That means you're a healthy person. It means you're a very active mind, very active spirit, and a very physically fit body.
No doubt about it.
That's what it means. Do something with it. It's a gift.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing bad about that.
Right.
Gotta say that. There's a lot of kids out there that are on that shit. So, truth is, you just need to find a way to channel that energy. That's a gift.
Right.
Go get into some art, creativity. Sports works. That's just as good, but something hopefully not so impactful as football. I feel like that might be a little bit much for kids, in my opinion. But karate, something like that, something that incorporates their mind and their physical.
Anything to focus that energy.
Yeah.
Anything. That could be a lot of things. Physicality is one,
Yeah.
But you can focus, just playing
Chess is a good one. Chess is a good one.
Yeah.
Just
playing exercise is a good thing,
just
to
doing
focus
push-ups
that energy.
every day. Yeah, running, whatever, man. Keep it simple.
Yeah. But it's about balancing the abundance. You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing we want you to remember and focus on is abundance is going to be here, but you need to learn how to balance it. That's the thing. And be grateful for it so you don't cut yourself off from the abundance that's already around you.
Yeah, because staying grateful about it, you'll only be seeing more of it.
Right. You'll let more of it into your life.
It's that simple. You ain't got to do nothing too much extra. Just be grateful for it.
Right.
And go out your way to see it and experience it. When you see it, say, oh, shit, yeah, I got another one. Thank you. Ooh, got another one. Damn, yeah, thank you.
Right.
You find a quarter. Ooh, yeah, thank you. You might find $1 next. Thank you.
Right.
Stuff like that.
And if you have a problem, if you have a problem with believing in abundance, because I had an issue with that at one time, I touched on a little bit of this before, but try to look for confirmations of it, right? Of abundance. Like I just talked about sitting at the park, paying attention to all the grass, paying attention to all the birds, all the trees. If you have just an extra couple dollars come into you today, like if you have, 10 more dollars than you normally would have in your bank account today, that's an extra, not extra, but that's a confirmation of abundance right there for you. And it'll let you know you got more abundance coming into your life now. Now you're experiencing more of it. Pay attention to that. Acknowledge that. Matter of fact, celebrate it. And I guarantee you will see more of it and more of it and more of it. It'll be like a snowball effect. You know what I'm saying? It'll pick up momentum and bring more into your life and more into your life. But you got to focus on it and you have to appreciate it, celebrate it, acknowledge it. And when I say appreciate it, and when I think about the word appreciation, what I think about is, to me, it's just saying grow it. If you appreciate something, it grows it, right? Just like in the bank account, when your money is appreciated, it grows. Appreciate whatever abundance you have in your life to grow more of it, right? Think of it like that. So, yeah. Focus on balancing the abundance. Because either way, it's in your life. You do not lack abundance.
Yeah, and also trust it. Trust it. Don't. Sometimes people who be sometimes when they've been down so long, when they finally get an up, and that abundance rushes in, it's hard to trust. You like, oh shit, what is this?
Right.
It's the devil. No, dude, it's just your turn. It's you up now. Accept it. You're up now. You ain't gotta look back. You ain't gotta look around. It's yours. You manifested it. It didn't come from nobody else besides you anyway. So all you gotta do is just trust that you love you enough to keep blessing you. But it's hard to do that because you get stuck in that fucking fear or that fucking last time that shit went south. Now you don't know what to trust. But that's some whole ass shit. Just get in tune with you and trust that you love you enough to keep blessing your ass. trust me, I'm talking to myself even. I gotta do that. Because it's sometimes it's extremely up, sometimes it's extremely down. But I always get back up quickly. I'm never down too long. But that's because I trust that I love me enough to not let me down. It's scary, but you got to, because ain't nobody else gonna do it for you. You gotta do it. Trust you. Good, bad, or ugly, man. You love yourself. And speaking of love, man, I love myself. He loves himself. We love y'all. Keep connecting with this like, subscribe, and share, man. Get in them comments and holler back at us, man. You know?
Yeah, whether you agree or disagree, let us know in the comments. I'd love to keep this conversation going. So make sure to do that. Comment, like for sure, and most of all, subscribe. Let's keep this thing growing. Let's keep going.
I want to know, do you guys want to do some breathing meditations? If I can go through some, man, if you don't know any already, but I think it'd be very, very helpful about regulating your nervous system, you know, helping chill the fuck out in this world. So yeah, anyway, we will talk to you next time, and love yourself for yourself. Love yourself for yourself. All right. Love you.
Cool.